To get used to saying Good Queen Jill when I'm so used to saying Dietitian Jill Place. But that's who I am now. I even have my crown, and I still am a dietitian and a certified clinical nutritionist. But now I am the Good Gut Queen because I'm healing guts one at a time, and yours might be next. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about gluten today. Gluten, which is the protein fraction of grains. Okay, and most grains have gluten, but the ones that we have to really watch out for are wheat, oats, barley, and rye. And this is called to gluten or not to gluten. And basically, I'm a favor of in favor of to gluten. And why am I why am I in favor of it? Well, there's lots of reasons why. There's lots of reasons. Number one are many people today have wheat allergies because of the fact that I have to move. Okay, I'm better here. Better here, trying to adjust my camera. And if you notice, actually have my words right. I have my heel right, thanks to my friend Michael Arlen of Nutritious LLC, who is an ex boss and a wonderful man who's really promoting some very healthy products. Thank you, Michael. Anyway, so back to gluten. So I'm a huge fan of gluten-free foods and actually paleo foods, which are kind of gluten-free foods where mostly you're using coconut products and nut flours and things like that. But going gluten-free is probably your good first step. And why, again, a lot of people have wheat allergies today. Wheat was not what it was 1,000 years ago or even 100 years ago, and we genetically modify it. We spray it with Roundup, and it's just not great. So here's the deal. So the reasons why you should go gluten free are the fact that a lot of people have wheat allergies today, and wheat is really the biggest culprit because we eat so much wheat. The other reason is that gluten is inflammatory. And the interesting thing about gluten is gluten looks very much like the chemical structure of gluten, looks very much like the chemical structure of our joint tissues. So if you have autoimmune disease, which is where the body starts attacking itself because of leaky gut, and I know all of this is connected. If you have that, um, the joints are getting attacked by your immune system because they think it's gluten. So that's not a great thing. So if you have joint pain or if you have arthritis or if you have anything else, it's probably partially gluten. So that's a good reason about avoiding gluten. The other thing is avoiding gluten will help with thyroid problems. So many people have Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid. So you gluten free, going gluten free actually reduces the antibodies when you have Hashimoto's thyroiditis. You want to test for antibodies, not just your basic thyroid panel. You want to test for the antibodies of thyroid, and if they're high, you probably have Hashimoto's. And there are treatments for it, and I treat it, and it's a big deal in my practice because so many people have thyroid problems. So going gluten free really helps that right away. The other reason is there is a thing. A celiac disease is really where you need to avoid gluten all the time. But if you have non-specific celiac sensitivity, which is what it's called, I think it's NSCS. Um, you up to 60% of us have that. And I always say to people about who say, should I go dairy free? I say, well, 75% of the world is dairy intolerant or milk intolerant or lactose intolerant. So, what does that tell you? If up to 60% of us are gluten intolerant, then maybe you might want to look at that. So that's my the cons. Okay, we eat wheat that's very processed. Okay, we eat wheat that's very processed. And there are forms of gluten flours that are also very processed, and gluten free goods that are very processed. So that's the issue with going gluten free. It's very simpler to wheat products, but the good thing is that it really helps with all of these things, with allergies, intolerances, thyroid problems, inflammation. And so, actually, if you just switch from gluten to non gluten containing grains, you've done yourself a huge favor. Anyway, I did a whole vlog on this if you want to listen to it in great length. And I talked to you about how to go gluten free. And that's healyourhealthnow.com/gluten, GLUTEN. Again, healyourhealthnow/gluten. And I'd love to see you there. And I'm going to do these every day. You may not see makeup like this, but you may see the crown. Okay. Good Queen Jill signing off. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.